Hello lads, it's been quite a while. Today is February the 3rd. It's the second day of KYPT. Well, long time no see, huh? Well, I got my reasons. Firstly, I have a couple excuses. During the weekend, because right now it's Tuesday, and I haven't filmed a video reflection since Friday. That's 5 days, right? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 4 days. I don't have a valid reason for not filming during the weekend. In retrospect, at the time, I felt completely justified in not filming any, because I thought I was busy. But then the busyness grew exponentially, meaning I became increasingly more busy to the point where on the night between Sunday and Monday, I didn't sleep. And yesterday, the night between Monday and Tuesday, I also barely slept. What do you know, huh? God, yeah, I don't feel so good. Why? Well, I needed to finish one of my problems, which was not one, but just not one of, but just literally one. I only have one problem. It's number 8, magnetic accelerator. It's not even that difficult a problem. Am I done now? No, I'm not. This thing's got me thinking. I should have started a lot earlier than I expected. I should have started a lot earlier, and I shouldn't have helped other people with their experimental setups as much as I did. It's not because I needed to be more selfish, it's just I needed to take care of my own problems before I helped others. That's like trying to help someone else's house that's on fire when your own house is on fire. Like, it's not a matter of selfishness, it's a matter of priority. God, it wasn't a problem because nobody offered it to our team. Which, in a way, I'm relieved, and in another aspect, it kind of feels, I wouldn't say annoying, but void, the feeling of being void, like nihilistic. I feel nihilistic. Like, what was all those long nights for? What was it all for? Apparently, nothing much, because I didn't even get to present the problem. Yeah, God. Tomorrow is the 4th round of the physics fight. We already know what we're going to present and what the other teams are going to present as well. I'm probably going to do the, not report, but what do you call that? The review for problem number 12. So I need to study that a bit before I start. What else? Honestly, I don't like staying up late. Do I need I don't think anyone likes staying up late. I don't think anyone does it because it's fun. They do it because they have to, and that's why I did it too. Because it was my responsibility. This experience has taught me quite a lot. It was an incredibly humbling experience. I talk about it as if it's over because it basically is. It was a very humbling experience, and I think I deserved it. Yes, I think I definitely underestimated the KYPT competition. Also, it has once again revealed to me how in our lives expectations differ very far from reality. I say this in the context of the judges because a lot of us were expecting, very high scores for some of um, our our problems, but didn't get those high scores, and others were expecting very low scores for some of their presentations, but they still got decent scores anyway. Obviously there's a criteria to all that, and yeah, I guess that does matter, but maybe it's just because yeah. 야, 나 영상을 좀 찍을게. It's maybe because I haven't had enough sleep, or maybe I'm being critical somehow. But I think it's very different from what we have expected from those mock physics fights. Yeah. In some aspects of the time we spent were pretty useless, pretty meaningless, because those weren't the important parts that the judges were looking for, and other parts were important, but we didn't spend enough time on those. So I think the right approach should have been to just make a working model and verify it with small results, and then go back again and again and again and reinforce the model. And I would have done that if I had spent my time solving the problem. Instead, my approach was to get everything dialed in perfectly in the quantitative and qualitative parts, and perform the experiments all at once, and wrap them all somehow nicely together afterwards. And right now we're in the third stage of that procedure, wrapping everything up somehow nice and tight. And as I'm learning right now, it's easier said than done. Wrapping everything up together after you've basically made an independent model and performed independent experiments, so those two are separate. Now you need to stitch them together and somehow show that they both work perfectly. Of course you're going to have a problem, right? And you can't go back and do more experiments because, well, time's up, right? You're already here. So I think my approach to this whole endeavor was very different. I should have gone just step by step and then revise, but I guess a part of me still has that perfectionist inside where I need to get everything dialed in perfectly in the model version, and then I need to do all these complicated experiments. But that just wasn't the approach. Yeah. I mean, I think it depends on the situation. If it's like a product launch or like a game launch, you're not going to release a half-baked game and work other stuff in later. That's not how it works. You release the full game with everything you want in it, right? But that's games and that's products. This isn't a game and a product. I'm basically graded on, because those things need to be perfect or very close to that standard of greatness, but these aren't those things where it needs to be perfect from the start. You would still be much better off having a weak but functional and verified model compared to a very robust and complex but unverified model. So I think the former version would have been the better approach for us, for me personally. And yeah, And that's also got me thinking about KYPT, because that's a big thing that I was kind of split on trying or not. And I think my conclusion is I still don't know. A part of me really wants to do it because this whole experience of failure has just invigorated me, and I somehow feel like I need to prove myself now. And then the other part of me is just sick and tired of all this stuff, and just wants to call it a day, go back to school, listen to Mr. Yoon talk about, I don't know, the Korean political landscape and what it means to be vengeful in tragedies and whatever. But I don't know, I'm still kind of split on that. Yeah. Also, the other thing is, this thing is not very fun. Perhaps it's because I'm incredibly sleep deprived and very tired and also starved. But listening to other people talk about physics problems and phenomenons that I absolutely do not understand for 8 hours a day is not my idea of a fun competition. Is it meaningful? I absolutely think it is. I absolutely think that hosting this competition will greatly empower students to invest their time and their interest in these in this field. And basically what they're doing right now is a simplified version of what they will be doing if they actually become scientists. So I think it's a great endeavor, and I think it's great that the government's putting their money into this program, but it's kind of boring. And also I'm very sleep deprived. I think that's the main cause. Hopefully I can sleep earlier today, so I'm going to be sleeping in about an hour's time, and then I'll sleep within the hour, wake up brand new, and hopefully we can enjoy the 4th physics fight tomorrow. Anyway, that's about it. I'd like to wrap it up here. Bye-bye. Also, honorable mentions. I would like to mention some songs. Antifreeze by the Black Skirts. Scared to Start by, I don't know, Highway Girl. Soldier Poet King by Helios. Rooftop by Anne Flying. These are songs that have kept my sanity and stopped me from jumping off the 6th floor that this hotel room is located on. Some other things, Start by Gaho. Anyway, a bunch of other songs too, basically, that I couldn't mention right now. But I think all of those songs, they absolutely played a tremendous role in keeping me alive. And also to Brandon Sanderson and Oathbringer and Rhythm of War. I've been listening to those while I track data and do manual input stuff, and they have been incredibly helpful. Also, one last honorable mention, there's this webtoon that I found. I think in Korean it's 내 최애는 막차를 탄다. I don't know what it is in English. I think it's My Bias Takes the Last Train or something like that. It is absolutely phenomenal, and I feel like I can relate to so many parts of that web manga, and I think it just tells me what I need to hear every time in so many different aspects. Anyway, that's about it. I'm gonna go now. Have a great day. Have a lovely day.